Welcome to a guided Dorian practice. We're going to find out how to play all sorts of lines on this Dorian sound. And I will be your instructor, but unlike a yoga instructor, I will expand your mind's ear, not your butthole when you're sleeping. Let's begin. So something I picked up from George Benson years ago watching a video of him in his living room. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's like a very, very lucrative looking, looks like the place you shoot porn, really. Like he has like a fireplace and he's just like drinking brandy or something. It's very strange. And he's also completely incoherent, like for the full hour. Like it's very hard to understand what he's saying. It's just like, and like, you know, opens his eyes really big when he gives music examples. Very disorienting. But there was one thing in that video that he said, which is every note has an effect on the root. This is the root C. So every note has a different effect on the root, and he says that on every chord you can start a line anywhere. And that was an aha moment to me. So the idea is that every one of the 12 notes, regardless of whether it's inside or outside of the mode, is a good entry point into a line if you can only hear it the right way. So what we're going to do is I am going to generate compositions. I'm going to improvise short lines, like 3 to maybe 10 notes, not long, starting from every point. And then we are going to learn them all over the instrument using caged. And that is how you get good at this shit. So here's my C minor caged forms to start. Here's the A minor grip, the G minor grip, the E minor grip, the D minor grip, and finally the C minor grip. To make them jazzy, I'm gonna just take notes from the Dorian mode and put them inside the chord. So instead of this, maybe I'll play this. Instead of this, maybe I'll play this. Instead of this, I'll play this, maybe. Instead of this D minor, I'll play this. Maybe instead of that C minor here, I'll play this one. So let's start with the root. Here's the root. Here's what I'm thinking. Oh, cool. How about here, right? I have that shape, I have that. How about here? I have, right? I can do this, or this. The trick is to send the audio signal in your brain every time from the root. Right, in 3 octaves, find it wherever. Right, that's only here in the C shape. Okay, now let's make a line starting from the 2. Give yourself the 2. Here's that 2. In the G form. Or in the D form. It's right here, right? You got this 2. And then the C form, back here. Okay, so from that note. Okay. From the 2, I got. Here I'm gonna see the 2 right here. I messed that up. Got. Or that's like. Right, very high. So here's a line from the flatted 3rd. I'm gonna go. Now I'm not gonna keep going and finding them everywhere because that will take forever. You can do that on your own. You understand the principle. It's looking for it. But here I have a line from the flat 3. That's cool. From the 4. From the 5. From the 6. from the flat 7. So now we looked at all of the inside notes. Let's take a look at 5 of the outside notes to start, to lean into in the beginning of the line. How about this one? Na, na, oh. That's a nice sound. Or something a little more standard. That's something you hear a lot. From the flat 2 to the 2 is an approach note. That's the way you get in. How about the major third on a minor chord, right? Weird choice. But if you use it as a passing tone or as an approach, that's a good word in jazz. So it's not about hearing the note on the chord like attention, it's about hearing how you would move it in a line as an entry point. How about the flat 5? That's the blue note. We all know how to use that. Right? We all know how to use that note. The flat 6. The flat 6 is an awesome note, right? That's Django in a bottle right there, just going to the 6. That sound. To encircle the 5th or to approach the 6th. And in the major 7, of course, you can use it as an approach to the root. Na, na, da, 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 or you can use it to descend, to go down to the flat 7. It's more dissonant. I went 7, flat 7, 6, and back. That sound is used a lot in bebop. Right? But look at what happened now. We have 12 entry points for these composed lines. Now, the point isn't to learn the lines I showed you and play those verbatim on the chord every time you get it. That would be really stupid. But it's to understand that composing these short ideas from every single point is possible, and that's true for every chord. You just got to understand how you are using that outside note to move into the sound of the mode, or how you're using that note in the mode to move to another note in the mode in a way that's stylistically appropriate. But once you integrate that with this knowledge of the left hand of the piano, meaning the caged form, you can start seeing what those intervals represent in the chords. So if I'm in my G form right here, and I just throw my finger randomly, here's that flat 9. Well, we said that flat 9 likes to behave like this. If I'm on my flat 5th, if I'm on my flat 6, if I'm on my major 7th, right? So any of these notes could be used to move into the line. I hope this helps. Namaste. Please leave a comment below for a free month on our Patreon. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, all that stuff, and we'll see you next time.